All right.
All right.
I'm good here. Frank, give me a little something.
Little something.
Hello.
Do that again.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
What about me? How am I good? Am I good? Siblings.
You're not on the splitter.
What?
I had to split it because we have 3 mics.
Okay.
So,
here we are.
7 seashells by the seashore.
And we have a guest. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Better Half. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the Better Half, episode 29, coming to you on location from Miller's Ale House in Levittown, New York.
live. What's going on, Frank?
How are you, Larry?
I'm doing good. I'm actually doing real good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you look good.
Well, now let's not paint a picture.
Well, we're not going live right now, so
No,
I could say
not.
that.
We're not live. Absolutely.
Shall we introduce our special guest?
Why not? It's a long time
A
coming.
long time coming. We've had some trepidations about this.
He who shall not be named.
He who shall not be named will finally be named. This is a historic moment for us.
I don't know what you're talking about. You guys have mentioned my name plenty of times.
Yes,
in this podcast.
yes, I know. But we always try to say, come on, hey, how about going along with the gag, all right?
Do the bit.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our friend, Anthony. I don't know if you want to use your last name or not. It's up to you.
Verity is fine.
Verity's fine.
I'm sure I gave it out on the record.
Our roommate from Brooklyn, our good friend of the 1655 West 12th crew.
Yes.
we had 2 of the last ones here.
Yeah.
And the first one.
Yes, so we've all made our podcast debuts. So
Boy,
welcome
can you
to the
imagine?
Better Half, Anthony.
Thank you.
Five of
I'm
us
very
in the
happy to be here right now.
We're very happy to have you here. I don't know if we'll be saying that in an hour from now, but depending on how things go.
Oh,
so
don't worry. I know how to not curse.
What?
yeah,
Oh, no,
you also
this
know
is good, actually.
you're
No,
allowed to
this-
curse.
this is-
You're allowed to
this is
curse
fine.
on this one. This is.
Frankie got edited a
Oh,
lot.
Frankie, please.
Oh yeah,
Still
well, Frankie got edited because Frankie was naming people's names that you might be related to. Or hypothetically. So we had to,
Quote, unquote.
for the safety of Frankie, we had to edit. Now this is Frankie right now. Fucking assholes. You shouldn't have edited me, fucking assholes. But
That was the worst
He's like trying to call in right now.
yeah.
It took
Yeah.
me forever to edit. Trying to just find the parts and piece them all together.
Frankie,
I really
put the
learned-
phone down.
Larry
This
was
is
actually-
recorded.
Yeah, I really learned the lesson.
Larry was actually sweating during the editing process.
I had to
Yeah.
cut that whole part out.
Yeah.
I probably have to cut this part out too. now that I
Probably.
think
What
about
do you
it.
think was going to happen?
I don't know.
I was doing it for. I just didn't want.
When it comes to Frankie, you got to ask him, what's your favorite color?
Do you understand?
Like that.
You don't understand?
Keep it very simple.
He heard the first 3 episodes where we were doing stuff like that, and he came with a list of his own questions. And he was like, all right, I'm not going to do your stupid asshole questions. He goes, I'm going to do I want to know who gave you the best blowjob. I want to know right now, current or past. And I'm like, well, I'm playing it safe. My wife, I'm currently because I didn't want to sleep on the couch. Not like she listens to it, but I mean, but yeah. So we had an exciting few weeks.
We did. Thank you very much.
Oh,
right,
there's
that
the
is
check.
not
I guess
ours.
that's not our check,
That's
but
not us.
thanks.
Alrighty.
Is it cheaper than what we were
I
going to
think
pay
he's
for?
moving in on your tables. You better take care of it.
There we go. Never mind. We're good.
That's ours?
No, it's all right.
Is that a note?
Yes. All right.
What's it say?
So, yeah, no, he's okay. So, come check Christopher Bartend at
Oh,
Fanny Malone's in Levittown on Saturday from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Say name of this podcast and get first drink free. All right.
The Better Half
There
podcast.
we go.
Wow, we just got
Fanny Malone's.
That literally was just
Fatty
thrown on our.
Fatty Malone's, right?
Yeah, Fatty Malone's. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was just literally thrown on our table.
I'm sitting there going, this ain't ours. What is going on? I was about to rip it up.
This just in.
Don't be sorry.
No, this
Don't
just-
be sorry. Don't-
Dessert?
Dessert?
No, I don't think we do. You want dessert?
I'm going to nurse my ginger
And
ale.
just for a little bit, but it's not a no. So it's
It's not a no. If you're dessert, then I'll. Hey, wait, let me take my ring off. Put it on another finger. All right.
Were you going to do it as Harry Carey?
I could do it as Harry
Want
Carey.
to do it again as Harry Carey?
Okay.
Because I can edit it.
Okay, yeah, we're going to edit it. Hold on.
All right. Wet the whistle a little bit.
Hi, everybody. Come check Christopher the bartender at Fatty Malone's in Levittown on Saturdays. Hey, what the hell? From 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. 4 a.m. I'm sleeping by 4 a.m. I'm tired. Say the name of this podcast, which is called The Better Half, you moron. And the first drink is free. Cubs win. Cubs win.
Cubs win. Cubs win.
Yeah.
I don't think the Cubs won today, Harry.
There you go. There you go, Christopher. There's your free plug.
Oh, man.
That's how it's done. It just got
Just
thrown
like
on the
that.
table. So
We better see a discount
I like
on this.
his ambition.
I like these guys that go get.
that was
You know,
good.
hey kid, you got moxie. But meanwhile, he's working in a bar here, and he
They
bartends
sort of-
around.
Yeah.
That might be some collusion. That doesn't count. Anyway, so
Well, so today I just want to talk about real quick. I don't want to go into too much details. I don't know how much I can talk about, or want to talk about, or should talk about. But I had had an open house with a company called the Grindhouse Radio.
we give them a shout out.
Absolutely, give them a shout out. They're a startup network, really, and they're out there right now. They've been voted best, I think, radio station or radio something
On Long
last 2
Island.
years on Long Island. Definitely go check them out. The
They also have a
Grindhouse
rental. It's a podcast rental studio. You could rent their
Correct.
studio, but they also are getting into networking,
Yes.
and they're looking for content. So
So
we have some things in the works. We'll see what happens. You know, it was a
stay tuned. I guess more to the retro gamers, but stay
Yeah.
tuned.
first meeting. You know, no casting couch yet, but I am willing. So
I'm due. I'm due.
you're overdue.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually glad. Just real quick, I want to kind of address the elephant in the room. 20 years later.
oh
20
yeah,
years later.
I'm going to take a step
So,
back from this one.
20
So-
years ago, on the day that we are recording.
Oh, you didn't know? We
Which is-
we did this on purpose.
June 28th. But now that I think about it, that date doesn't sound right. But
No, it's not June 28th.
yeah, it wasn't June
It
28th.
was June 25th.
That's what I thought. So
Oh, he
when we
knows.
posted
He
that
already
on the
knows,
thing.
so.
No, I know. And that's why when I said June 28th. Anyway, 20 years ago this week, a bunch of friends of mine decided to go to the King of the Ring 1998 out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
This was before I met any of you.
Yes. The Igloo. Now, of my group of friends, which Verdi is a part of. Oh, am I? A little loud. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm probably the biggest wrestling fan in the group.
You?
Most likely.
I think so. Yeah, it's possibly.
I would definitely
Yeah.
be in that class.
So
You have a Ric Flair pillow.
they apparently decided
Stained Ric Flair pillow.
to get. How dare you? I knew I didn't want to do the show. They all decided to go to King of the Ring. And I don't ever remember getting an invite. And
Wow,
it
that's pretty
ended
fucked up.
First of all, they had seats right along the entranceway,
Wow.
right along the aisle.
That's it.
And it,
I was on the
you were
actual video
multiple times.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
You
You
go
go-
to WWE Network, go to King of the Ring 98.
Hey, I'm not going to do that.
You can see me holding up a sign that says "Chew sucks."
This is true. This is true.
Okay, I'm going to go see that.
And it also ended up being probably one of the most
Memorable?
Memorable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Memorable wrestling matches. Hell in the Cell.
It set the tone for future
Yep,
pay-per-views.
Absolutely.
And
Mick
basically,
Foley getting tossed off a
it was
16-foot
absolutely
high steel
amazing.
cage through a table.
Ouch.
And trust me,
I mean, if
none of that
you
was
were a wrestling fan, this is the pay-per-view you wanted to be at.
absolutely.
And you were there.
And I
They
was
were there.
And you
I
weren't.
was home, watching on TV, seeing them.
Wait, now, so you had no idea they were going?
No. I knew
No,
when
he
they
knew.
told me, "Oh, hey, we're going to King of the Ring." Not, "Do you want to go?"
Let's just hit pause for a second and just hear me out.
Okay. 20 years later,
I
go.
was asked. I don't remember.
got the
Was it
tickets?
Brian or
So
Brian
wait, I'm right now.
Thomas?
Am I the mediator?
Okay.
Am I the mediator here? Do I get to decide on who's right and who's wrong?
Maybe.
Okay.
Like, hey, we're going to a pay-per-view. We're going to King of the Ring. You want to go? I said, yeah. And that was it. And then they went and they bought the tickets and everything. And then
Who bought the tickets?
Somebody did.
I think Brian.
Brian
bought it.
told me,
Brian
okay.
pretty much paid for everything.
Okay.
They had to give him the money. But Brian, the thing is though, Brian asked everybody, and people gave this like, yeah, I'll do it. So they gave him the go to buy the tickets. Larry never gave him the go.
But then you didn't know about.
Gave him the what?
You never
Never
gave him.
told him.
You never told him to buy you
Did he
tickets.
ask you?
No,
He never asked you.
I would have said yes.
He would
It's
have.
not like I wasn't allowed to go.
Wait, I was like 17 at the
I was
time.
18.
Are you sure?
We all listen. We all know he would have said yes.
Oh, you were 18. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not only that, but
So
along with you guys,
Brian-
how much trouble
Bri-
can you get in with Rippo?
So
I
Brian.
don't know. How was Vegas?
Oh, that's
All right.
Wow, you want to talk about leaving people in the dust?
Yes.
We were all right. So sudden interruption,
All right. Sudden
Okay.
interruption.
and this is an entire story now.
Sudden interruption. Rippo decides, let's go to Vegas. He asks Larry. Larry says yes. He asks me. I say,
Wait a second. I didn't get asked.
This is before
What the
you-
fuck?
so
Oh,
this
yeah.
is- this
I'm
is,
kidding.
uh,
I'm kidding.
BF.
Okay.
Before Frank.
So I said, I gotta let you know. I was going through I was between jobs. I was going through a financial situation. I couldn't just commit and say, yeah, I'll go to Vegas with
Right.
you guys. All of a sudden, a week later, we're all hanging out at the house, at Anthony's house, and Anthony's like, oh yeah, I booked the trip. You got to give me such and such money. I said, Anthony, I never said I was going. How, and it was a big thing, and I told him straight out, no, I can't go. I don't have the money. And Larry and Anthony went by himself, and Larry was so mad at me.
We went for like a week with me and
And
Anthony,
Anthony.
and I have no problem going away with a friend of mine. But it's Vegas. It's the first time going to Vegas.
And Anthony's idea of fun is different than your idea of fun.
Look,
Well,
we
let's-
had a good
listen.
time.
Out of the group of people, out of our group of friends, I was, I'm saying out of that group, I was the one that you wanted to go to. Like, if there's anybody in that group,
You're the degenerate.
Yes, exactly. I was the one.
Yeah.
That you'd want to go to Vegas with, because everybody else, they'd be in bed by 9 o'clock and all this other
10.
shit.
Right.
Oh, 10 o'clock.
Maybe 10:30.
Wow.
Maybe 10:30.
So
Usually in Vegas, the bedroom is just where you put your bags.
yeah, pretty much.
And if you are unconscious, then they just throw you there until you wake up. But other than that, it's not used.
so
Well,
he
welcome to the better half.
So he said to me, he's like, why aren't you coming? I said, Larry, I told Anthony that I'll let him know because I couldn't afford to go at that moment. I was trying to see if I could get the money. And, when they came
Is that
back...
when you were working at Global?
I think it was before Global.
Okay.
Global. Might have been before Global.
All right.
And I said to or it might have been after Global. I think I might have...
That was why.
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
yeah. Because I quit, yeah.
Okay, so you did not end up. You ended up not going,
I ended up not going,
and he still wanted the money. Or were you able to get reverse the ticket?
I don't remember paying extra.
I don't think I paid anything.
Probably not, because
Okay.
the room would have been the room anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so
you
your
would've had
money.
You guys just
your own
split it in
affair.
So
half.
they
That's it.
so they canceled that. Okay, so
But it would have been, 3 people
Obviously,
would have been fun for a
the
week.
more the merrier.
2 people, it's like, all right.
They're a gay couple.
What? And it was the early 2000s, so
Yes, yes.
times were different.
Not that there's
Times were
anything
different.
wrong with
no,
that.
not at all. And then, like, by day 3, we were both like, all right, this is boring. We've already done everything we can do.
So they were there. I'm sure you guys went to a bunch of strip
Yeah,
clubs.
you guys say the Circus, didn't you?
No, that was the second time
Oh,
I
that
went.
is the worst hotel
that is
in.
terrible.
I've never been to Vegas,
I
and I
have.
know that's the worst
Where did
hotel.
you guys stay?
We stayed at Excalibur.
Oh, okay.
Which actually
That's
wasn't
right.
bad.
Oh, it
Ooh,
It
the
wasn't bad.
Sword Excalibur.
When I
Circus was
went,
terrible.
we stayed at the Hard Rock. It was
I played at the Hard Rock. I didn't stay at the Hard Rock. I've only been to Excalibur, Circus, and the Venetian. Venetian's gorgeous.
I've never been to Vegas, sadly.
Maybe we should do an episode from Vegas.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Honey, I'll see ya. I'm looking forward to that vacation where I can go away without my family. Like when I reach that, like I'm 44 years old, and I'm about 4 years away from going on that guy vacation, that midlife crisis vacation. So,
I have to say, I saw a friend of mine posted on Facebook, contemplating having a child, maybe contemplating a second. Take my 2 kids for a week.
yeah, absolutely take
And
it.
that's when I go, I'm about to record a podcast tonight, all about life married to life single, and that is the perfect line.
We
for
should
the
do an
night.
episode from his house on Wednesday, as you slowly go into insanity.
Oh, man. So I was flat
I
left.
say that all the time, though. Like I was talking to somebody, and they were like, a teacher, And school's over, so they're like, oh, he's like, I miss my kid. I miss the kids when I'm not around them and stuff like that.
Stranger danger.
And I said, I do the same exact thing. I miss my kids until I'm 5 minutes home, and then I wish I was not there anymore.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, Frank. Okay, we say it, but we love being around our kids.
I love my kids. I love my kids to death. But you're 100% right. For example, yesterday I picked up my kids from camp. Okay, school's out. They literally had the weekend back in camp. It's like, boom. So I pick up my son and my daughter. My daughter comes out, and they are just a disheveled wreck. And they, give me a hug, and my son comes out, and he's got the saddest face on in the world. And right there, that tells me he was bad. Okay, so I'm like, so I go, what'd you do? And he goes, I go, what'd you do, Joe? I don't want to tell you. So I look at my daughter. She goes, He was kicking blocks at somebody. I'm like, oh, that's great. Like, building blocks, And I'm like, why, Joe? I don't know. I got angry. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
So, all right. So, I'm like, all right, well, we'll figure out what, your punishment's going to be because, that's unacceptable. I mean, I don't need him getting kicked out of camp on day one. So
until at least a weekend.
It was well. So today's what? Today's what? Thursday. So it's day 3, so to speak. So we get home and like he's sitting and he's pouting in the car, and I'm like not even talking to him. And then we get in the house and I tell my wife what happened, and she's like, "What's going on, Joe? What's going?" So I'm like, "All right, you lose your switch for the night, And he's just like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, A, it's summer. B, the sun doesn't go down to like 9:00. I'm like, go outside, go do something, go ride your bike, go play in the backyard, go do something. No, I want to play my Switch. I'm like, you're not playing your Switch. Now he's having a meltdown, and I'm like this. I'm like, you know what? I fucking work all day. I can't be bothered with this bullshit. I go. I'm taking a shower. Dinner better be ready when I get out. So. Steffi didn't like that. So after I took my shower, I came out and I go, do you need help with dinner?
That was, growing up, that was my biggest fear. And I never questioned anyone's love for their kids. Don't get me wrong. Never will I question that. I just do not envy anybody. I have no problem never experiencing that love in my life, let alone any love, really.
You know what?
It's easy to say because you've never experienced it.
Exactly.
That's the whole
but
thing.
the first time you hold your
Easy to
child
say,
in, the
right.
first time you hold your child in your arms,
I get it.
it's
But if I never experience it, then I'm not going to have to worry about it.
right. Yeah, it's like I've never been anally raped, so I'm not going to miss it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I know you won't like it.
Well, it's not rape
because
if you like it.
it's not rape if you like it. Hashtag me too. The opinions of
Hashtag Vegas.
So you were in bed every night at 10 o'clock in
wasn't.
Vegas? Anthony was. He's never going to listen to this, so I don't care. So
He may have gone. He's an
10:30?
early sleeper. 10:30. So I went. There was one. I thought it was very funny. So
But don't people usually go out at
Yes.
10:30 in
So
your Vegas?
Let me tell you. I'm sorry. My schedule, when we went to Vegas, we would wake up in the morning, we would eat, then we'd go to a big pool party, go take a 2-hour nap, and then we wouldn't come back to the hotel until about 6 o'clock in the
how
morning.
long
Right.
ago was that?
This was 2010.
2010. So 8 years ago.
Yep.
That sounds exhausting now.
Oh, yeah. Right. I couldn't do that now. I'm like,
So I was in Vegas. He goes up to bed, and I'm like, there isn't not a chance in hell I'm staying in at this point.
Right.
Like, look, he wanted to do his. I'm not mad at him. It's just I'm not staying in. So
yeah,
I go
why
down-
should you have to suffer?
I go downstairs. So one time I'm like, I'm experiencing nighttime Vegas. So I wandered.
Hey, want a date?
I wandered the streets by myself.
Is this
Probably
when
bad idea.
you ended up in the desert and you had to walk back?
Yes, when I was on the bus, and I didn't know where it was going, and I ended up in the desert, and all there was a McDonald's, and I didn't even see the lights of Vegas. That's how far it felt. And I'm like, bus driver, where are we going? It's not like a 5-year-old. Bus driver, where are we going? I'm like, where are we going? He's like,
Utah.
I'm going back to the depot. What are you doing here? I'm like, I'm still on the bus. 'Cause I thought it was
I didn't
going
know you were here.
For some reason, I thought it was going to the end. Oh, no, not the end. I thought it was going to. You have Vegas and you have like old Vegas, where like the Golden Nugget is and all that.
Right.
I thought that was like a different section. So I just figured, all right, we got to cut through the desert.
The historical
Vegas was like
section.
just one
Yeah,
street.
honestly, yeah, it was like across the street. Oh, okay. I was staring at it the whole time. So finally, he's like, well, I can't turn around.
Why not?
So I get off the bus at a McDonald's at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Did he go, tell him Large Marge sent you?
And I may have went in and gotten a burger. I don't know. And
Yeah.
then
I may
decided
have gotten a
to
burger.
just turn and walk. Not the first time I've had to go walk back to my hotel from a ridiculous time frame. Am I getting loud? I'm getting excited.
Well,
I get excited,
yeah,
I
you
get
get a little loud.
loud. People looking?
No, but I'm
Okay.
just, I want to make sure we don't get thrown out.
Fair enough. So there was another time I just go downstairs to the casino, and he's already upstairs in bed. So it's like 11 o'clock at night.
His jams on.
And I didn't want to go far. I didn't have a lot of money on me, so I figured, let me just hit the nickel slots. No big deal. Let's just kill time with the nickel slots. So I'm playing $20, and I'm on there for like a couple hours. Before I knew I was on there for a couple hours. I won a couple $100, all this stuff.
In nickels.
I'm playing, and I look over, and there's an attractive woman at the bar. Looks over at me, and they keep ringing because I keep winning. Granted, there's small amounts, but it keeps winning. So she looks. I'm like, all right, whatever. I keep playing. So then her friend comes over and joins her. And again, it's going off. I think I may have even hit one of the jackpots. $200-something, big whoop. But money hit a jackpot.
Hey.
They start coming over. Now, and I swear to God, this is what happened. Now I'm sitting there going, okay, this is happening.
Want a date?
This may be real. Then I go, son of a bitch, there's someone upstairs in the room.
That would have stopped me. That would not have stopped me.
So I'm like,
you need to get out.
now now in my head, I'm trying to contemplate scenarios and how to do this. Because I am not above paying for whatever I have to do. So
In nickels.
So now they get to, I don't know, maybe like 8 feet away. I'm like, okay. All of a sudden, one of them looks up, looks at the top of the slot machine, and sees the big, giant nickel sign on top. And she almost practically goes, like you're stopping someone when you jam the car, the move. Looks up, and they just turn around, and they go right back to the bar.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like,
No, Natasha, don't waste your time with him. You like dance?
that didn't work.
These things happen. It's funny, these are like nice vacations, you had with, single guy vacations. I'm actually planning on going on vacation, too.
Really?
So,
I had no idea.
We're planning a trip.
I had no clue he was going on a vacation.
Yes, we're planning a trip, family vacation, which we're going to Ocean City.
Maryland, New Jersey?
Maryland.
Okay.
We've been there before. We like it. We like it there. So
Fractured Prune.
Fractured Prune, yes. Shout out to the Fractured Prune. Now the problem is the last time we went down, we had the DVDs
Plan on shitting your pants
in our car. No, I'm not shitting. We had the DVDs in our car.
I've done that in Ocean City.
I
Don't
know
worry.
you did.
Yes, you did. This year we have a different car, and the DVDs we could swap them out from car to car, but they got destroyed. The kids kept stepping on the wire, and so now there's no DVDs.
Again, I don't care about the first love of holding your child. That would drive me crazy. I don't care who it is.
Right. So I'm usually the primary driver on the vacation, and so I dictate the time we leave. The last time we went away, I said we're leaving really early because we had a long drive. I said I want to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning. I want to get out. I want to get out early, get there early so we can have the full day. We left at 7 because no one wants to get up. And
I've been in the car with 4 of them. It's an ordeal.
well, that was different circumstances.
That was the day my life changed forever.
That was the day of your Anthony's son's first birthday party, and we got stuck in traffic. We've told this story when my daughter got sick and had to throw up on the side of the Bell Parkway when there was construction with no shoulder, and I just made myself a lane.
And I walked in that room, and I just heard screaming, yelling, crying.
Sam, get over here!
Meanwhile, it sounded exactly like Larry's 30th WrestleMania party.
35th?
35th.
Same number of kids. Same number of kids. And I think I was crying, yelling, screaming.
Well, I think you're more upset that your mom gave away all the fat heads.
Yeah.
Do you know how much trouble was getting those things?
Do you know how many WrestleMania cups I still have in my garage?
How many?
A sleeve.
Wait, from where?
Your mother gave them to me at the party.
Oh, those type of cups.
The styrofoam cups, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Waste not, want not, so.
Kids still use them. So we're going away for a couple days. I might actually record the podcast from one of the hotel rooms, from...
Hostage day 8.
Yeah, day 4. the natives are growing restless. We'll figure that out because it's going to be it's going to be the last day. It's going to be the last day of a vacation before we drive back. So I might just wait till we come back.
Are you going with any other families?
No.
Okay.
We're actually yes and no. My sister-in-law is going to be down there with her family for a softball tournament.
Are you going to have dinner together?
Probably one night, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I should tag everyone in this one.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't because there's no need to. But I'm actually looking forward to. We stay at the same hotel, and right across the street is Phillips.
Same hotel as you?
No. We're staying at the same hotel that we stayed at last time.
If it was next door to each other.
No, I don't even know where they're staying.
Rooms?
I don't even know where they're staying.
How many beds is in your room? They could probably stay in the
2.
room with you guys for the night.
No. It's just 2. Me and my wife and the kids are going to sleep in another bed. The good thing is we actually have a window facing the water.
Oh, there you go.
So that should be nice.
Oceanic view.
Yeah, well, they have
nice.
fireworks show, so it'd be cool. We can watch it from the balcony. So hopefully I can get a little something on the balcony. But we'll see. Kids, go to bed.
Close blinds.
Go to bed. Go to here's some Benadryl. So looking forward to it. Yeah, no, Phillips
If you
is
like
great.
seafood, go to Ocean City, Phillips. To kill.
But the funny, have you ever been to Ocean City,
No.
Anthony? Okay. For some reason, though, when you get out of Jersey, it's very rednecky. Like, there's a certain time. Well, I remember walking on the Ocean City boardwalk, and there was a store that sold like bathing suits, kites, flip flops, and everything. And
Very
they
touristy
had these like they weren't really like they were like benches like you could put on a porch, but they were like just a rocking kind of chair. And I literally heard this. I reckon Pappy's going to love one of these. And I looked at my wife like, what? Did you just hear that? I'm like, I was waiting to hear a banjo. I'm like, and I was like, we got to get the hell out of here. So
we got to go.
But and I will give my advice to all those dads who pack up a truck or a car when you're going on vacation. Take a picture of it once it's loaded. So on the last day of vacation, you have that picture to figure out how you loaded it up the first time. Now with some extra bags.
I was going to say, you're going to have some extra stuff.
Yeah. So I'm actually very good at. I'm the king of loading up that Honda CRV. So
whenever I go, I just mail things back. Forget this.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
FedEx
thank you
and
for
send it
using FedEx. How dare you, sir?
There was no post office.
I take offense to that.
When I took the family, I drove to Disney.
Oh my God,
it
I
was,
can't. No.
It was like playing Tetris, trying to get everything right. Just the stroller, the cooler full of drinks and stuff like that.
Well,
I feel
the suitcases.
Every family from New York has to once in their lifetime take that drive down to Florida.
I'm doing it again. I love it.
I can't do it. I can't be in a car with my family that long.
Once. It took about a week to get through Georgia. It felt like for me, and we started the trip off real quick. And I was 7, so this is back in '87. Like, we get on the belt, and for some reason, they were doing traffic stops. So
you have the easiest. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you have the easiest. Like, you were born in 1980, so you always you have like to do the math. Like, I was born in '74, so. I was 14. How old was I when? What year was it? 83, 85? You 80. You could just go right on from there.
January through March, it would be whatever the number before. April on.
So, what amusement park are we going to for your 40th birthday?
I don't even want to think of my 40th.
Speaking of 40th, we'll get to that later.
Adventureland.
Finish your story.
Adventureland.
Okay.
So we were getting.
Nellie Bly.
We got pulled off. For some reason, my dad got flagged to get pulled over. So he gets pulled over. There's a line of cars, a bunch of state troopers. So what do? I start crying.
Hold on a second. Shocking.
That's what I always did whenever I panicked. Car broke down on the highway, I cried.
Fucking pansy.
Oh, it was terrible.
18-year-old crying in the
18-year-old, 28-year-old,
side of the road.
32-year-old. Stop crying. Stop crying.
Shut up. So, all right, well, Ocean City. Now, have you been there?
I got pulled over once with the kids in the car.
Really?
Going to Hershey. And my darling 4-year-old son, we get pulled over because I don't like to take the main highways. Sometimes I like to take back roads because you never know what you're going to see, And I was going from one highway to another, and I was speeding, but it was a speed trap. I didn't know, you go from like 55 to 65 back to like 45. So I was doing like 65, 70, and guy pulls me over, and he was a sergeant. So
That was it.
So my first mistake, I didn't lock my windows, the back windows. My son rolls down the window as the cop comes up to the car. He goes, "My dad was speeding," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" I'm like, so $200 ticket later, no points, but
It's not like New
No,
York
next
City.
time don't speed.
let me ask you a question, Anthony. Since you've gone on long road trips with your family, let's say you leave New York, how long before your wife falls asleep in the passenger seat when she's not supposed to be?
She's actually pretty good.
Oh, wow,
She is.
okay.
She's actually pretty good.
Want to do a little wife swap? Because I literally could get onto the southern state from the Belt Parkway, and I look over, and my wife's got her head back at a 90-degree angle sleeping. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a long ride by
I
myself.
do the wife swap because my wife is the worst person to drive with.
I'm out.
Because every little thing, it's oh, you're driving too close.
Oh, I'm not allowed to switch lanes.
She grabs the handle on the seat.
No, really?
She's like bracing herself like we're about to go into a 90-mile-an-hour collision.
I mean, I can kind of relate with my mother. That's
See,
about it. And I did throw her out of the car on Christmas Eve.
What?
No, not Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I threw my mother out of my car Christmas Day, right at the beginning of the block.
Your block?
My block back at home in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I think we were going to get breakfast or something. We had to go do something. Maybe it was Christmas Eve. Anyway, I was turning on the block, and as always, she'd be like, "Slow down. Oh, what are you doing?"
Yep.
First of all, my father hates that to begin with. And then I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. And she's like, watch out for that kid. I mean, that kid 12 blocks up. It was almost on the road. So finally I had enough.
That kid will be an adult by the time you reach
I
him.
literally stopped the car, threw it in park, beep to unlock the door. I looked at her and I go, "Get out of my car." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Get out of my car." She's like,
Don't you mean my car?
She's like, "No, I paid for it. Thank you." No, to the point where she actually, door was open. She was opening the door, and her foot was getting out of the car.
And you
I'm-
floored it.
I wouldn't do that.
No,
and then I'm just like, I'm like, just get back in the car.
it's so bad.
Stephanie, my darling wife, she hates when I drive. She says I'm too aggressive of a driver. I'm not allowed to switch lanes. We just went somewhere. We went somewhere recently. Oh, listen, you drive like a grandmother, okay, with your blinker on, okay?
How many of us at the table were almost killed because of our driving?
I wasn't killed.
I have a
wasn't
heavy
on-
foot.
Were you attacked?
That wasn't my fault. The road rage incident? That wasn't my fault. That was a much different Frank back then as a 24-year-old.
Let me tell you a road rage incident.
Wait. So,
We're driving on Kings Highway.
oh, shut up. Shut up. No, shut up. No, this could get me, this is racial. This could get me in trouble.
So what happened?
No names.
Oh, is that the Goomba?
So what happened was this guy in a Cadillac,
Yeah.
big gindaloon.
Oh, yeah, this guy was mobbed up.
Right?
I almost was sleeping with the fishes.
I forget what happened. He cut off Frank, or or when he turned in, he came really close on Frank. So the guy pulls up to Frank and gives him the "I'm sorry."
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
In my defense, he did say he was sorry, but I was so heated that
Frank
I didn't even hear it.
didn't want to hear it.
I-
He was already seeing red.
Frank
I was-
started cursing this guy out, telling him that he's going to do everything to him and his mother.
There you go.
I don't.
And
You're exaggerating
This
now.
guy looked at
You're
him
exaggerating now.
and just started laughing at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, just because you could tell this guy was saying to myself.
This guy had a brand new Cadillac with white walls. Okay, it was
saying to himself, "I am going to put a bullet in your head."
Unbelievable.
And I was like, "Frank, what are you doing? You're gonna."
I want to get home.
Yeah. So well, whatever. That was a different Frank a long time ago.
I guess you were
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
roommates.
yeah.
You were roommates. Okay.
But
And he said, and I tried to explain to him the situation, but he didn't want to hear it. And
we
I
were
was-
going to your mother's
he got
house. That's
mad
what.
at me because I said, and that's why you have a scar on your chest.
That's not why I have. But you're exaggerating a little bit. You're being a little exaggerating. So
But that is what I said to you.
yes, it is
Can
what
take
you
this
said.
part out?
Yeah, edit all this out. It's making me look bad. Yeah. So no, but like Stephanie. Well, she says once I leave Long Island, I get once I go.
very angry.
Well,
No.
once I go over, once I go,
very angry.
not
I'm the
anymore. No,
same way.
not anymore. I'm with the kids in the car now. Completely different now with the kids in the car. But once I get over the Bell Parkway to like the drawbridge, she goes, "I see you tense up." She goes, "You tense up." She's but once I leave New York State, I'm fine. I mean, now it's a different world. There's so much distraction when people are driving now. It's just it's ridiculous. You know, just going home from work, I pass people texting. I pass people. You know, making. You know, there was a lady. I swear to God, this is a true story. This very robust lady had a platter. Rubenesque had a platter of food resting on her chest and was eating it with a fork. Like, she must have been eating, like, rice or something with a fork and shoveling it in her mouth down the Southern State Parkway. You know, it's just like, God, I remember when the radio being too loud was too much of an issue. So
Thank you very much.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I might let Stephanie drive this time because, well, no, we'll never get there. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my wife, she has a habit of she'll see something on the side of the road and she'll be like, oh my God, look at that. I'm like, Stephanie, truck. You know, so, you know, and then I get accused of being a backseat driver. So,
yes, but you're a front seat driver as well.
Yes, well, you know, like I said, I'm very overprotective of my kids in the car. So,
no kids in my car.
But anyway, so moving right along. So, I have a special segment prepared for this for our guest. We did promise people guests in year 2.
That's right.
And so Anthony, is your.
Wow.
So I came
listened
up.
to about half the podcast.
What happened?
I listen to a lot of the podcasts.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Not
Yeah.
a whole.
Yeah.
lot,
So
Do you listen to the Yin and the Yang podcast?
no, that I don't listen
Okay.
to.
All right.
I made it 5 episodes in before I bailed. Sorry.
We're doing good stuff.
Well,
We're
I'm
doing
not an
good-
MMA guy. I can't
get
listen
it,
to
but
MMA.
Now we're doing bits.
All right, I'll give it another shot. 3rd time's a charm. What is that on TV? Oh my God! Did you see that? It was like chili with spaghetti and cheese over it. It was
I got
weird.
5 baseball games.
Well, it was on the Reds game. Anyway, okay, so this is a segment. I think I might call it. It was a top 10 questions, but I only came up with 8.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe I'll call it the Hateful Eight. I don't know. We'll, like March Madness, March Babeness, we came up with it at the end of the bit. So we'll
Still
figure
looking
something
for
out.
you, Leah.
Okay.
So I have some questions for you. All right, I need the pen.
I'm ready.
Because like Larry and I talked about this, we're going to keep records of who has the most popular stuff. So
Okay.
be excited that you are the first one to be
Excellent.
in the segment. So, number 1, who is your favorite superhero?
Batman.
Why?
You know what? I was thinking that too. I was going to say Batman.
That's
Why
also
Batman?
that's also mine too.
I just grew up with Batman. I love Batman.
Okay.
And, yeah, I got my kids loving Batman.
Do you watch Gotham?
I did watch Gotham, but it's not the Batman that I grew up
Didn't it
with.
get canceled?
Like the movies,
No.
movies and the animated series and stuff like that. That I could watch. I can't watch.
Right.
Gotham.
Well, this season really stepped it up a notch.
Yeah.
Like Bruce is starting to become.
I heard it's a little too chaotic though. I said there's so much going on.
Well, you know what it is? It's like they have characters. Look, there it is again. Look.
Oh, wow.
they have characters like that they die and then they come back to life and then they die and then come back to life and then they die and then they come back to
As
life.
you do in the comics.
Yeah. So all right, Batman. That's a good one.
Who's your favorite Batman, TV-wise? A movie, you know what I mean?
Oh, Adam West.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite Bruce Wayne?
Favorite Bruce Wayne? It's a very good question.
That is a very good
very
question.
good question. You know what? My favorite Bruce Wayne, I would have to say, is George Clooney.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I go Batfleck for Bruce Wayne. I thought Ben Affleck was an awesome Bruce Wayne. Now, granted, it was an older,
no.
grittier Bruce, but for some reason,
What's
I
the
like
other
that.
one?
I think
Christian Bale.
I think Clooney as Bruce Wayne was perfect.
Oh,
'Cause
as
that's
Bruce Wayne. I'm
Bruce-
trying.
yeah,
Okay,
not Batman,
okay,
Bruce
okay,
Wayne.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying
My
to.
favorite Batman's Keaton, all the way.
Clooney as Bruce Wayne, I thought was perfect.
Who's your favorite
Yeah,
Joker?
I got to go
Oh,
with
sorry.
Clooney. I got to go with Clooney. Yeah.
All right.
Jack Nicholson.
See, I go
Really?
Mark Hamill in the cartoon. I'll put that up against almost anyone.
Here's the thing about that. I think, don't get me wrong.
You really don't think Heath Ledger's the best Joker?
What?
Heath Ledger is that?
Yeah, I don't think
I
he's the
said
best
Jack
Joker.
Nicholson.
No, I
No,
know.
He's saying, why don't you think Heath Ledger?
You think Jack Nicholson's better than Heath?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Jack
Anything
Nicholson
Heath Ledger got from
captured.
Jack
Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson captured the whole character. It was like
Well,
Joker out of the comic.
I'm going to tell you to give this season of Gotham a chance because the Joker is huge in this season,
Yeah.
and the guy who's playing the Joker in this season,
the kid from Shameless, right?
yeah, he is fantastic. So, all right.
What was the other? What did you ask me before that?
Because I said Mark Hamill. I think Mark Hamill's
Here's the
portrayal.
thing with Mark Hamill, okay? Don't get me wrong. I give a lot of respect to voice actors, but I think it's a lot harder to physically perform than it is to just speak into a microphone and display emotions through a microphone. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot
I agree.
harder
All right, fair enough.
that way.
I mean, yes, you're right, because not only do you have Mark Hamill voicing, but the animators and how they do it and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you got to give credit to the animated series. It was
I love
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's a great series. Great series. Okay, cool. All right. Who was your celebrity crush as a kid?
I think I know
Now,
this
when you
answer
say,
too.
now, when you say kid, what's the age?
Let's
Did
say.
we go 90s? I felt like we did like 90s.
Let's see. When were you born?
I was born in 78.
40 years ago.
That's right, 40. Happy, tomorrow, 2 days from now, our little boy turns 40.
Yeah.
He's growing up.
last
I don't know.
holdout,
Let's
thank
say between 10 and 14.
10 and
Oh,
14.
I don't think I knew you back then. So no, I didn't.
You know, maybe you had a poster of her on your wall.
I'm thinking, hold on. 10, so 10 that would be 88.
Cut out the dead air, right, Larry?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, sorry, I got to think.
Do. It's a tough
You
question.
want to come back to it?
It is a tough
Would you like to
question.
come back to it?
You can pass.
I'll pass for
We'll
now.
come back to it.
We'll come
Okay.
back.
I'll
Richard
pass.
Okay.
Dawson
Now the
never-
next
never
question.
paid attention to the
Next
clock.
question I'm going to ask you, but I want you to think about it also. You'll answer me that one last. Okay. This is unless you have an answer right off the top of your head.
Right.
What was the dumbest thing you ever did for a crush? If you need time to think, we'll come back for that one.
Will
Okay.
you marry me?
Okay. Wow. Okay. Good one. All right.
love you, Kristen. Don't
What
worry.
is your go-to pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. Okay. A traditionalist.
Yes.
Pepperoni. Okay. Who would play you in a movie?
A lot. Growing up, I was called Ferris Bueller because a young version
Matthew
of me
Broderick?
looked a lot like Matthew Broderick. Yeah.
Call me sir, goddammit.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to put Ferris, so I remember that. Okay. Now, you create a time machine.
Okay.
Okay. And you can only go back in time to retrieve one item that you lost in your life. What is that item?
It would be.
It's a good question.
Yes, it is a very good question.
Virginity.
Sometimes you wait
Can
long
I
enough,
say
it
my
comes back.
original comic collection?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. It is then.
Okay.
You sell it?
Uh,
We lost it.
I lost a lot of them.
Oh man.
Lost in, like...
Oh, like in Hurricane?
No, just like
Oh, just
misplaced
through
through
time.
the years. and
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Brothers destroyed.
Yeah.
Shaking
Yeah.
hands with Ripper.
Yeah.
What? Explain that one to me. That's an inside story.
We collected these things. We were playing a while with this thing called Hero Clicks.
Oh, I remember Hero Clicks.
Yeah, which were awesome actually. And what happens? You would usually get a unique. It was a silver base, like one in I don't know.
A rare
20
one,
or
right,
something,
right.
Very rare one. And we both, all three of us had me, Verdi, and Rippo had huge collections of these. And I think we were all kind of getting ready to be done with it, but I wanted to get rid of mine. So we were talking about trading. No, that's what it was. We were trading.
Yes.
But we had
bought a
doubles. I think
case.
your cousin was
'Cause what we-
involved in this
'cause
one
what
as
we
well.
used to do is we used to
Frankie
buy a
was
case.
there.
We used
I
to
remember.
buy
I remember
cases
Frankie
with-
being
That's
into
when
this.
Frankie came over to my house.
I remember
the first
Frankie
time.
being into these
And my
things.
parents
so.
were like, "Who's that bald kid downstairs?" I'm like, "I don't know."
And how much longer does he have to live?
What? Really?
Wow, I love it.
Jesus.
So we were trading, and me and Marippo were talking, and I had this unique Joker, which was really nice. I think I was the only one in the group who had it.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll trade it for like 5 of these characters. And somehow I shook hands with Rippo. He said, done deal. But the handshake, like a gentleman's agreement. I got nothing out of it, and he took my unique Joker.
That's Rippo. Remember the night we played cards in the apartment, and after
poker?
yeah,
Yeah.
and after one hand I'm all in because I didn't want to play with him because he was studying strategies. I'm like, yeah, I'm all in, and I purposely I folded. I'm all in. And then I went and watched TV.
We used to play, just for fun.
For pennies, nickels, not even.
Like that. And there's Rippo with how to play poker and reading these books.
I'm not really good at this. You know?
We went to Foxwoods. After the Vegas debacle, me and him went to Foxwoods. I don't know why. but
Rippo took my rent money.
We went to Foxwoods. It was a good time, but this one we went for the weekend, so it was good. He went for a poker tournament. I remember he goes, listen, I'm going downstairs to the poker tournament. Can I borrow your sunglasses? I was like, okay. Because everyone wears sunglasses in the tournament. Because I had one that was like kind of almost like a wraparound. He goes downstairs. 15 minutes later, he's back upstairs. Like, how'd that go?
Good. Can never play any games with him. Okay, next. That's a good. Next question. What movie has everyone seen but you haven't?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of movies. When you
Like a popular movie that you would go, if you told me that you didn't see it, I'd go, holy crap, are you serious? Like, there's some 80s
Like,
movies.
I never saw The Fifth Element.
Okay.
okay,
I never saw, like, what's the movie with Patrick Swayze? Roadhouse or Point Break.
You never saw Roadhouse?
Never saw Roadhouse, never saw Point Break. Never
No,
saw
I
shit.
never
Never saw Schindler's List.
I never saw Schindler's List. I never saw Point Break. I saw Roadhouse.
So there's a lot of movies.
I saw Roadhouse many times.
Okay, so is you got one or no?
Yeah, I think. Well, I can't see Breakfast Club because I just saw that recently.
For the first
Oh, The
time?
Breakfast
Yeah.
Club?
Really?
I've never seen it in its entirety. I've never seen it in its entirety.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
in its
this is
entirety.
stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, 16 Candles.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
Good.
I'm a big
What's
John
that?
Hughes fan.
John Hughes fan. 16 Candles. All right.
You know what I did watch last night? 1:30 in the morning. Euro Trip.
Great movie.
Love
Great movie.
Mike.
Euro Trip.
So
Let me ask you a
because
question. Did she really go topless in that? Or that's Photoshop?
No. There's a deleted scene, but it's from behind anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was.
What is she?
Photoshopped.
What is she up to these days, Van
She's
Trachtenberg?
on
Close.
230,
Whole-
245,
Whoa.
maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Shut the front.
Yeah.
She's actually. I don't know. I'd still.
No. I'm not saying terrible.
No.
But
I
look
would.
at the before.
I don't care. I would still. I actually like the. I like the after. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but compared to
She's
the
in the
before during
she's in the
Euro Trip,
Hallmark movies now and stuff. Like
Oh,
that.
she's
by the way,
she's
Euro
like
Trip is fantastic.
she's in the Lifetime movies.
one of my favorite movies.
Fantastic.
Love
It's
it.
Best line-
underrated movie. Underrated
Best
movie.
line in that whole movie, and it's not even the "you made out with your sister." Not that one. It's when they're drinking the absinthe, and they go down the row, and then you see the green fairy. But then later on, when the two of them are making out, and the fairy just goes, "That's some fucked up shit right there."
The brother and sister are making out.
Yeah.
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 All right. Last question. Last question in my list, but you still have to answer it. What is your favorite TV catchphrase? You can't read the questions off the list. Stop it. Stop peeking.
What you talking about, Willis?
Which okay, that's a good one from Different Strokes.
Different Strokes,
What you
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about, Willis? All right, cool. Okay, back to your celebrity crush as a kid.
Celebrity crush. I would have to say Carrie Fisher.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was thinking Jennifer Love Hewitt, but that was later on.
But that was later
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Well, what age was that?
Well, she was.
Carrie Fisher.
I
or
think
Jennifer
I
Love
was
Hewitt?
like 16, 17 when
I'd already
Jennifer
known
Love
you.
Hewitt hit the scene.
Yeah, I'd already known.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think
Carrie
I'm gonna have to
Fisher,
pick.
Princess
I'm gonna have to eventually
Leia.
pinpoint an
Fair enough.
age for this, like 8th grade. You
Yeah,
know,
'cause you
but
can't just say 80s and 90s because it depends on who we're
yeah,
talking to.
because I mean, mine went from Melissa Milano to Samantha Fox.
Yeah.
So Samantha Fox. So
See, I never liked Alyssa Milano.
Really?
I loved her.
Well, I was that ripe age, so.
Nope.
All right, now
yeah,
the
Carrie
last
Fisher.
question.
Go ahead.
What was the dumbest thing you ever did for a crush? Like I know Larry drove to Long Island or something to walk someone to class.
No. I used to, when I was dorming, I would get up like 2 hours before class, go downstairs and stand in one of the parking lots.
In the rain.
Parking spaces.
Oh, yeah.
So when the Greek would drive up and show up, she had a parking spot. And I've actually fought people not moving
Let that sit in.
For-
Let that sink in a little
for
bit.
the spot.
Didn't you walk her to class in the rain?
No. I also, during graduation pictures, for some reason she needed like a turtleneck or something like that. And so I happened to be wearing a turtleneck, so I literally right then and there just took it off, just gave it to her. So I'm standing in the university cafeteria, like just with no shirt on, and you know me, trust me, I'm not on no lacrosse team or anything.
Is that Journey?
Yes, it
It is Journey. Family Guy.
Or another group that we're not going to talk about, so
Right.
we don't have to pay any rights.
Oh, is that Bernie?
Steve Perry.
I don't think I ever did
basketball?
anything dumb.
Come on.
No,
He's
I'm
got
serious. I'm serious. Because I never. I mean, I had my crushes, but I was just like, I never really.
I
made
can
it
vouch.
known.
I can honestly vouch for that. I mean, I've known
Alright.
you a little bit
Yeah,
later on, but
yeah.
All right, I'm going to put a big fat
I one
X
time
next to
got
that one.
to say I'm sorry. Actually walked to. She was in class, so I walked across the campus in a denim jacket. What I did when I got to the
Oh,
room,
no. I'm afraid.
she came out, and then what I did was, I don't know why everything involves me with no shirt on. I wrote on it, like on my, I think I saw it in a movie, like I'm sorry. Like in when I used to wear the face paint when I go to the wrestling
Stop
shows.
it. No, you
And I
didn't.
like
Please
had
tell me
the-
you didn't.
Had the I just open up the jacket and be like, I'm sorry or whatever, and it was like embarrassing for me.
I'm
And then
embarrassed
just
for
went
you.
back to the classroom and
I'm embarrassed for
that was
you.
about it. Look, I'm not saying those were good times.
Ladies, he is single. I'm just saying.
Not saying those were very dark times.
All right, now,
Bipolar
thank you for
bitch.
taking part of the first ever Hateful Eight questions.
problem.
So I can't even call that Hateful Eight. We're going to get sued by Tarantino. So Larry noticed something.
Uma Thurman, we're good.
Before we left my house this afternoon, Larry noticed something on my kitchen table, and he made fun of me for it.
Oh.
Do you remember what that was, Larry?
Oh, yeah. So it just dawned on me. Do you still do the physical Netflix DVDs?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you know anyone who still does the physical Netflix DVDs?
Yes, I do.
Besides the person sitting at the table right now?
No, I don't.
Okay.
There are people that I know.
Like, I saw it. I saw that red envelope, and I'm like, who still gets the physical DVDs?
Hold on a second, though. But there's, like, movies that you can't stream.
That was my answer.
That's the whole thing.
There were movies on my list that they're not streamable or whatever you want.
Like, you can't stream, like, what's a movie that just came out recently? Let's say Black Panther.
But it's available on the disc.
It's available. Yeah, you
Yes.
can get it from Netflix on the disc, but you can't stream.
But it's also a completely different subscription.
It's a different what?
Subscription.
No, you can have a dual.
No, it's like $15.
Yeah, it's $15. Yeah.
On top of the streaming, though.
No.
No,
It's
it's
it's like a package deal. It's like an add-on.
I'm going to be honest with you. I could have sworn there were two separate
No,
prices.
no. I have a lot of
Well,
movies.
I think what Netflix does is, like, for $7.99, you could stream on, like, 2 devices.
Yeah.
Or for $11.99, you could stream up to, like,
3 and then, like,
something like that.
4K.
Yeah.
Right.
But then when you get to that, it's the DVDs plus the streaming.
I
Right.
didn't
Plus,
realize that.
I use a lot of the streaming services for like a lot of their original content, like that Santa Clarita Diet
Oh, yeah,
show,
yeah, yeah.
hysterical show. But there's also a lot of series that before I had HBO, or when I had the basic cable, that I never watched. So now I can watch the whole series.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do. A
They
lot.
got a nice library.
They do.
too.
They do. I have Amazon
They got
Prime.
some great old game shows on there. Oh my god! You know, to watch Gene Rayburn. Just
What about Match Game with
That's what I'm talking
with
about, Gene Rayburn.
what's his name?
no.
Charles Nelson Riley.
Yeah.
How's that for a
Brett
topper?
Butler. But there was the episode I talked about it before, where Gene Rayburn literally is on top of the podium, on top of this woman.
I
It's like
believe
the late
it.
70s, and like, oh, we'll be right back.
Mid coke, early AIDS is the best time to live. So
They
wait.
have a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, there's I just got an alert about the Rangers, Verdi. We'll talk about that later. All right. All right. All right. Don't get yourself all upset there,
Let me
Hendry.
pick up the bricks from the fourth wall again.
You're the one who's always breaking the fourth wall. So, what was I doing? Oh,
I think it's time for something.
I think it's time for a little old news, but I have to. I'm on my phone here. I don't have my laptop in front of me, so I have to find my email app.
The hour and a half.
There we go.
log into
Okay.
it.
So,
Now let's do this
please.
properly.
Sudden interruption.
Ooh.
Oh, you giving me a sudden interruption?
interruption.
Oh, you little
Wow.
dick. All right, go.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Have you ever had a sexual experience with food involved?
With food involved. Are we talking like?
I was gonna
Are we
say,
talking like an
is
American?
there-
Are we talking like an apple pie, or are we talking like
With
you know
are there two humans still involved?
two human? Like can it be a condiment, or are we talking like prime rib or like roasted chicken or something?
Like George Costanza.
It could be 2 humans. It could be a human and a canine.
Well, I need to know what canine. No, I think, but I need to know what defines as food. Like,
you use it as a
would
prop?
would an Altoids
that
count
doesn't
as
count.
food? No,
I think
okay.
he's talking
I
like
think it's something like
Whipped cream,
whipped cream, peanut butter,
sandwich.
peanut butter. No,
chocolate syrup,
no,
Whopper.
no. Whoppers,
bananas, cucumbers.
whipped cream, ready whip,
Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
cool whip. Why are you saying it like that?
Whip.
Cool
Say cool.
Whip.
Cool. Say whip.
So is that
Whip,
a yes
whip.
or a no?
Yes, cool whip.
Did you enjoy the food more,
was it
or
by yourself?
No, it was not by myself. No, it was not by myself.
would
I was with another person and a woman. just for clarification purposes. Same question.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
What food?
Peanut butter.
By yourself and a dog?
Yeah.
I don't judge. I don't judge.
I don't judge.
No, it was whipped cream. Ready whip.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
This episode is sponsored by Ready Whip.
Your peanut butter went into my chocolate.
And
Your
it,
cho-
and it was another person, female.
okay, good.
All right.
Larry.
Larry, be honest.
No, I am going to be honest.
Peanut butter jar.
It was. Was it the Greek tzatziki sauce?
Would have had to have been. It was either that or something else. No, honestly,
Or the Israeli hummus.
not Israeli.
I don't even know about this one. All I know is about the
Indian.
Greek. Yeah, oh, really?
Um,
Father's rolling over in his
No, the other
couch.
girl, wasn't she Jewish?
oh, the one that came over the house that time?
Yes.
Yeah. No, she was Russian Orthodox.
Oh, okay.
Oh, borscht.
I tried my best, man.
yes,
That
you
was.
did.
Answer the question.
I don't think. No, I honestly don't think so. I think mine was just more weird locations.
All right, sudden interruption.
I think we talked about it before.
Locations?
Yeah, in the college library.
Oh, yes,
Right
yes,
in
yes,
the
yes, yes,
juvenile
yes.
section.
Oh, in the juvenile section.
Yeah.
You're an animal. Gross.
Right there. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's time for old news.
Oh, and also.
Not time for old news.
I'm trying to do this delicately because there's people around us.
Who cares?
Also got a handy.
A what?
A handy.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, outside the Sally Jesse Raphael show while we're waiting to go in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah, we were all huddled in the room where the audience waits, and then you go in to see the show, and so right there, right in the group.
Okay, there's a follow-up question to this. There was other people in the room?
Oh yeah,
And
it was pocket.
okay, and
You know, not.
did completion?
No.
Oh
but
gosh,
enough
because I was
that-
like, that's nasty.
Enough that it made me want to enjoy going to the Sally Jesse Raphael show.
All right. Did the people you were with know what you were doing?
No, I didn't do it by myself.
Oh, someone did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He doesn't. He said a handy.
You gave yourself a handy.
Well, I've given myself a handy. So someone gave you a
Yes.
handy in a green room of Sally Jesse Raphael.
Yes.
Do you remember the topic of the show that day?
Yes, it was two. It was back-to-back episodes. The first one was like a kids episode where they had like the zoo come in and they had animals and this giant gorgeous bald eagle and all this stuff. We had to
Giant.
sit in the back because all the kids were in the front. Then they ushered us all out. Then we went back in, and then it was something like, hey, my baby daddy's a jerk or something like that. And then that's when we got to ask questions, and I stood up to ask a question, but they cut me out of the show.
Do you have any tissues? That was his question. All right. So I only have one article this
That's
week.
all right, but we got to introduce it correctly.
You want me to? Okay. So
Not live. I'm just saying.
you ready for some old news? Get off my lawn.
Oh, we're doing it live.
Okay, whatever. All right, so this one, you got to guess. Are you going to guess the state?
Yeah,
Or we usually guess the state. So, okay. Ex-teacher accused of having sex with minor, linked to the Anthony Weiner scandal.
New York.
Well, I don't know yet. I'll get to it. So, okay, this is interesting because this is has to do with our usual topics
Yeah.
plus political.
Okay.
So, ex-teacher accused of having sex with minor linked to Anthony Weiner scandal. Bush's case has ties. It just says that's how it starts off. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Gastonia, North Carolina.
Wow.
North
Carolina again. I think they make a return.
We had this is the second North
Yeah,
Carolina
I
one
think
we
so.
had. Yeah, so authorities arrested a former North Carolina teacher Thursday on sex offenses involving a minor.
Mine, I didn't even know her.
You see what I have to deal with? The Gaston County Sheriff's Office says.
What Disney movie?
I
is
went
it from?
Gaston. Is that
Gaston.
Beauty and the Beast? I think.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. I think. Says 54-year-old Jonathan Conrad Bush of Mooresville, North Carolina, is charged with 2 counts each of statutory rape
See,
of
this one's rough.
a child under the age of 15 and indecent liberties with a child.
Liberties.
Gastonia police officer R.S. Lewis said in an arrest warrant the indecent liberties and statutory rape charges involved the same girl and occurred between June and September of 2016. It's a good summer. According to WCNC TV, Bush's case has ties to former New York Congressman Anthony Weiner's federal sexting scandal. What was his name? Remember they used the Johnny Dangerous or something like this? The name of the minor in Bush's case matches the minor's name in the former congressman's sexting case. Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at this creepazoid. Oh, my God.
Wow.
All right, he looks like a handsome fella. Weiner is currently serving a 21-month sentence in federal prison after admitting to illicit online contact with a 15-year-old girl living in Gaston County.
Oh, yeah.
Same girl.
Okay, never mind.
Weiner had been married to Huma Abedin, a prominent aide to former 2016 presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. And many political experts cited his crime as a factor in Clinton's loss to Donald Trump. In a letter sent to parents, Lake Norman High School principal Keith Gentle confirmed that Bush resigned from his position as a social studies teacher due to the nature of his criminal charges. Iredell Statesville School Superintendent Brady Johnson told NBC Charlotte that none of Bush's crimes occurred on the high school's campus. Well, thank God for that. Nor did they involve any current or former students at the school. I thought there was a teacher, so... blah, 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 blah. It's just a little disturbing that we learn more the more we learn about this, Leonard said. The advice I'd have to people is to pay attention and get involved and know what your kids are doing or who they're doing. Bush was arrested and released on a $20,000 bond.
On his own accord.
$20,000 bond. Then you got to get 10%, right? So what's that? What's that?
$20.
$20? All right, I'll go with that. $2,000. He's scheduled to appear in district court on Monday, according to WCNC TV.
10% of the bail to leave?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Really?
I could be wrong. I might have just made that up.
Show about it for that.
I don't know.
The dull.
And I just love. I scroll down a little more, and this picture shows up. I got to save that one. So that's our old news. But North Carolina making a comeback, inching closer to Florida.
I was going to say Florida's in the lead.
Florida's in the lead with about 6.
Yep.
We had
Georgia, I think.
No, we had New Mexico, Utah, and Philippines, the Philippines and Ireland. Now North Carolina's 2. So
we have 3 sitting here right now.
Yeah. So that's all I got for today. So
I think we'll wrap.
We can wrap it up. Yeah, let's don't forget to give out all our information.
So let me put my glasses on. So you can check us out. Email us wherever you are. thebetterhalfpod@gmail.com. Hit us up on the Twitter at betterhalfpod1.
When you're old, you say the Twitter.
Of course, Instagram at thebetterhalfpod. You see the links here. BetterHalfPod. Of course, you can tweet me at mess4. Oh, I'm sorry. You can tweet Frank at mess411, and you can follow me where?
Everywhere at More365.
MOHR365.
MOHR.
Besides the back of a garbage truck.
On Facebook at AF Verdi.
Sometimes.
You don't want to give out your alias? Yeah, well, Anthony, thank you for being actually, was this our first live guest that we have?
Not counting your cousin.
Well, he was Skyped.
Yeah, but it's kind of live.
So, no, our first in-person guest.
Yes.
So we thank you.
I have a little notes that I want to go over with you guys.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear.
You want to do that right now?
No. You want to critique live on the show?
No, not.
Oh.
I'm just saying, for the future, I think you guys should have,
That's all the time we have today for more questions?
More questions.
Okay, well, I'll do that. Instead of the Hateful 8, it'll be the Hateful 18.
That'd be good.
Okay, all right. You enjoyed the question segment?
Yes, I did enjoy the question
Okay, well,
segment.
like I said, this was the first time we're doing it, so it will grow. We will come back to you on your second trip with more questions.
My 50th birthday.
That's about the time we pretty much want you back here in 10 years. So hopefully we'll be in a studio by then.
I still have no peace about the whole King of the Ring thing, but that's okay.
I just, since we're here, I want to ask Larry, when is he going to unblock me?
Oh, I did want to talk about
Okay,
that.
yes. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So
That is Fatty Malone's. Fatty Malone's.
Christopher, your bartender at Fatty Malone's.
Mention this podcast.
Saturdays, 7 to 4.
What you do is you get your drink, go out, go back in, and then it's again your first drink.
Let's set the stage here. What happened?
It's no problem.
Okay. What was it, about maybe was it last football season?
Well, hold on. Stop. In fairness, Larry, I love you. But you block people way too much.
I blocked the two of you way too much.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because you have a problem when people disagree with you on social media.
Absolutely.
Get it, about things that you're very passionate about. No.
And I have talked about this on the
yeah,
podcast.
but you want to be the social media mogul. You can't be shutting off your comments and blocking out people who don't agree.
Well, actually, I can because that's now an option. But I have said it before, and I will say, and I 100% admit this. In person, roll with the punches. I'm good to go. We bust each other's balls in person. For some reason, when I see it in text, in a text form, I don't know how to separate that, and I can't realize how it's.
You need therapy.
Oh, I know. and I can't figure that out as a joke.
I don't think therapy. I just think he needs thicker skin, especially
But
when it comes to social media.
In person, I'm fine. But here's the weird thing, though. All that time on YouTube, when I was getting destroyed by people because of the Tom Brady video, I mean, some people said some harsh things, and they were very.
Those
funny.
were some of the greatest comments I've ever read in my life.
They were very funny. The one where they
How
said
many
that,
times is he going to lick his lips?
No,
Yeah.
not even that. The best one.
I like the one where he says, "Look at how big his head is. It's on the last button."
Wasn't somebody
The
saying something
snapback.
about you sweating? There was somebody said something about you sweating.
Maybe
One
I
I
don't
read
know.
was, I was like, wow, that's really harsh. Should I comment? I'm like, nah.
Yeah. But,
So, okay, fast
but
forward.
But here's the thing. Like, from complete strangers, for some reason I find it funny. But from my friends, I don't know, and I honestly don't know why. And I know I do this. I just can't, separate it.
hold on a
Anyway.
second. Well, let's
All right, let's
let
get to the present.
The listeners judge, okay?
All four
Larry
of you.
is a very big Patriots fan, a New England Patriots fan. I am a very big New York Jets fan. So when football season rolled around, Larry decided to change his profile picture with a Patriots theme. It was, him standing. It was at Foxborough.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I remember this.
And-
I remember this.
and that was his profile picture. So being the Jet fan that I am, I took his profile picture, and I replaced his nose with a penis.
Which you actually do a lot of times, a lot of different things with a lot of different people.
And Larry,
Yes, I know.
Larry just completely lost it. I mean,
I did, yeah.
He blocked me. Then he went on a tirade on
I do.
Facebook.
I do.
But this is the problem. You blocked him
I go
and
blank.
then went on the tirade, so he
Yes.
couldn't even
I
comment.
couldn't even comment.
So I had to comment
So
in his
other
behalf.
People commented in behalf, and Larry. Did Larry block you too? At that
He's
moment?
blocked. No, he blocked me recently because
He almost did. He almost blocked.
Right, he almost blocked me, but he blocked me. He blocked me when I put the French flag over his face.
Yes.
But recently blocked me when he said that WrestleMania was better than the Stanley Cup.
No, it wasn't that one. It was the...
Yes, it was.
No,
You
wasn't
were-
it the... No, something to do with scouting.
No, it was WrestleMania.
Mine
No, you got mad at me for that, but it was
Yeah.
WrestleMania was better than the because you were at WrestleMania. You were in New Orleans, and you blocked me during the March Babeness.
Did I?
Yes,
You blocked me too. A
no,
couple,
that
of
I know.
couple of years ago.
because
you're
because
right.
I disagreed with him, and he's like, "You're not going to ruin my moment." I'm like, "I'm not trying to ruin your moment."
Oh, that's right, because I was at the show. Yeah.
But let's be honest, WrestleMania is not better than the Stanley Cup.
But actually, no, I never said WrestleMania is better than Stanley Cup. I said I'd rather win the WWE Championship than the Stanley Cup, which I still say to this day.
Right?
Well,
So,
Hockey's a real sport. Wrestling's entertainment.
sports entertainment, correct.
Entertainment.
Sports entertainment.
okay,
correct.
but the thing is, the point is though, if you're winning the Stanley Cup, it's because you're actually going out there winning it, not because they're writing you to win it.
But you have to earn that spot to get there, unless you're Jinder Mahal. You have to earn that
Ladies,
right to
he's
get
single.
there.
Everybody.
Look, I'm going to say that
Hey,
till
no,
the day I die.
there's nothing wrong. He's a big wrestling fan. That's great. I don't think that's a flaw.
Not a problem.
There's a lot of other things that could be a flaw. I don't think that's a flaw.
Why?
And but anyway, back to that whole thing is. So since then we've made up, and
Still lifelong friends.
But I'm still blocked.
I have always said,
And I every year I have a barbecue for 4th of July, and I went to invite Larry, and when I went to invite him, it reminded me I'm still blocked. So I figured this would be a perfect time to address it and ask him, why am I still blocked?
Because my social media feed is a lot easier to go through. Hey, look, I've always said, even during this whole time, because I'm going to be honest with you, the first time I went that most recent block, if we go to hang out, Frank would be like, Verdi's coming out. I'm like, okay. He's like, is that okay? I'm like, that's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with him. I honestly, I don't have a problem with you in person. Yes, I have a problem with you on social media.
Let's be honest, though, Verdi. You're a bit of a dick on social media. I call him the troll father.
But I think
because no. There is nothing. But there is.
But
there is. I know. I've been kicked and punched in the balls many times by you. But on social media,
because it lingers there. On social media, it lingers there.
Yes.
If you did it, like pushing him into the display
at Target.
Macy's or Target.
Target.
It's funny because that happens and it's over.
Right.
You posting a picture of him doing something like that.
Right. And we also get to. Don't you dare. But
just hangs out.
But that's just the thing. You are, and I'll admit it.
That's why.
I will admit it. You are the troll father. You are a vicious person. On no. I don't mean vicious in a bad way. You are. It's maniacally ingenious. The thing that I hate about you the most on social media is when you give out spoiler alerts for shows.
That's a whole different ballgame.
But you'll Frank, text me. You got to call me back. Yeah. It's an emergency. It's an emergency.
You know how bad it was to see Halloween H2O?
So I'll call him up and I'm like, Carl dies in The Walking Dead. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, you son of a.
Well, no.
Game of Thrones. He posts the last scene of the episode of every Game of Thrones
Halloween
episode.
H2O and Godzilla. I'm not saying they were perfect movies, but I was looking forward to them.
Why?
Oh, that's right. When you walked the one match Broderick, right?
Yeah. You're like, well, the eggs. I'm like, what eggs? Halloween. Oh yeah.
You listen, and I don't love you any less. You're like a brother to me, but you're hard. you're a hard person to love.
I just had a realization though. I just had it doing it. I think you would be much better on Snapchat because that doesn't linger. It disappears after a while. I think that's what my problem is because it's in text, because it's there on social media.
You can be mad at me for trolling when you troll.
Shush. I'm not saying. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. I never did say I'm right. But it literally just dawned on me, maybe that's what it is.
That picture looks too real.
Like, it's one thing to see it and laugh, and then to keep going back to see if I didn't delete it.
Do you know how many times I post something and I have to double think it because I'm like, he's going to see this, and it might turn into a dick in my mouth.
With that dawning, I don't know. It's just. But yes, I've never said I was right. I've always said this was an issue I had, and I also always said that I don't have a problem with you. I do. You're one of my best friends. I will say that to the day before I die.
All right, so I think what the fans want to know right now, Larry.
I am not going to unblock him.
Wow.
So he will remain blocked.
What about if you unblock him, but you prevent him from seeing your posts unless he has to actually click on your page?
Well, here's the thing now. Even if I did do that, as soon as he figured out that he's available to be on my social media wall, that's it. That social media wall is going to be blown
What
up.
have you blocked him from?
Everything.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
No,
Instagram and Twitter.
No, you're on Instagram. You comment.
No, Instagram.
Twitter, I'm starting to block everyone.
Okay, because you're in trouble. But what if we came to what if we have a little accord here, like our good friend Donald Trump met with Kim Jong-un, Larry. Donald Trump's here at Millis.
What's he doing at Millis?
Larry, I want you to unblock Anthony from Twitter.
From Twitter? Well, Twitter, I don't mind.
As a start. If he behaves himself, in 6 months, you can unblock him from Facebook.
6 months.
Or 3 months. How about that?
Let me see if I can find it. Are you the same on Twitter as you are on Instagram?
No, I think I'm Bird Dog.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, on Instagram, yeah.
You're still on mic, by the way, So.
Yeah, it's all right.
We don't have anybody listening, so.
How many times have you accidentally tweeted something you wanted to tweet on your personal page, but did it from the better half?
More than once.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I cursed out a hockey person from the better half.
You did do that.
Yeah, then I'm like, oh, damn it.
One of the Rangers, right?
Yeah, I cursed out somebody. Was it Sarah Silverman? I don't remember.
What the hell is the options on this thing?
Options.
Here we go. Settings and privacy.
All right. Okay, this is boring pod right here. So,
Hold on. We're
This is
making-
boring
we're
pod.
making moves.
Boring
We're making
pod.
moves.
Boring pod.
Privacy and safety.
Okay, seriously, guys? All right.
be
Are you going to
safe.
cut all this shit out?
You blocked accounts. I have 169 blocked accounts.
Very nice.
Most recently,
Very-
Anna Kendrick. Do you just have? Is that an app that you just use?
I don't remember that one.
Remember when I made the
No, I like that one, though.
All right, I'll have to find this when I go home.
All right,
because
all right.
There's way too many of these.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here from Miller's.
So as of right now, you're not going to unblock me.
This is an easing in process. I
Easing
told
in
you I
process.
have an issue.
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I'm not as bad as I used to be. I used to be really bad.
I mean, we do have our little, secret page. You can kind of just leave it there.
right.
I mean, he's unfollowed. He unfollowed that page,
Yeah,
I think.
well, that's another thing.
No. I unfollowed that page just because some of the stuff on there was like I just don't want to see.
Yeah,
that,
well, like when your brother
period.
posts, I get scared.
Well, we all cringe when he posts.
That's.
I just want to know
ballgame.
where you whack jobs find half of this shit. I don't know. I'd hate to see your search history. I hate to see your search history too. So
Well, we have the pact.
What's
yes.
the pack?
Oh, the pact is basically when he dies, I have to go destroy his computer.
Oh, yeah.
But the more you think about it, there really won't be anyone there looking at the computer because I've already
Well,
said now the going rate is how many days will I be dead in someone else's house before someone finds me?
I said 7.
I'm thinking like 3 or 4.
when we were roommates, and back then with the Xbox, when it was collected to the
PlayStation, it was on PlayStation.
was it the
It's
PlayStation?
PlayStation, yes. Yes.
We somehow, some way, the Xbox was able to pick up our landlord's daughter's computer.
Okay. Anything interesting?
Because I was trying to do
Anything
media,
interesting?
Yes,
media
that's
from my
what it was.
computer.
That's what it was.
No, because you
No.
just couldn't access any further.
Yes, but damned if we didn't try.
Yeah, I would have tried. No problem. I'm not going to say I didn't listen to the ceiling more than one occasion, but
What about the epic when Kristen moved in?
Oh.
So Kristen
Kristen moved into the apartment?
near the end it was 3 of us.
Well, yeah.
Well,
she was staying. It was
yeah.
in my room.
Right.
Well, no, it shouldn't be in my room. But which worked out great because then stuff actually ended up getting clean, so it
Yeah,
worked out real
exactly.
well.
Yes, I remember when Stephanie came also into the apartment.
And,
we were like, oh, we have
so-
the bottom of a sink?
Yes,
Right.
I knew that was there.
Kristen was there. She was in her pajamas.
Even though she broke our oven.
Yes. I'm not, who, Stephanie? No, it was Stephanie.
Yeah, when she
That was me.
Oh, you tried to clean it?
Yeah.
Doing
Good,
very
yeah.
good. No, don't worry
You
about
could-
it.
you could bring the- you could
take
bring the check, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No, that was me. We were cleaning it, and I left the shelf in, the
Oh,
metal
that's
shelf.
right, that's
And then when the shelf from the heat bent, whapa!
wow, really?
Shattered the glass.
Oh, man.
It was like beep boop bop boop beep boop beep. Hey Tony, something happened to the oven.
No idea.
We need a new door.
So Kristen's there. She watched TVs in her pajamas, and they were brightly colored PJs. Whatever. And so I think I either entered the apartment or I was coming out of my room to do something. And I looked at her and I go, nice pajamas. Kristen, she's like, oh, thank you. And she was like a candy cane pattern.
Whenever you guys are ready.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. And I look at her and go, it's very bright. I kind of want to lick you. And then all of a sudden, out of the room, I just see like if this is the wall, he just goes,
Whoop. What? What?
what just happened? I'm like, what? She's brightly colored. What do you
Oh
want?
my God, Larry.
I thought you were going to bring up when we accessed on the Xbox, we accessed your computer, and it was just nonstop thumbnails.
Oh, it was like pictures.
Yeah. Well,
No, they were thumbnails
a lot
of
of
videos.
There was a lot of torrents. Let's just say a lot of torrents.
And Kristen was like, "Oh my god!"
Interesting. Very interesting.
I think also the funny, it was all innocent, but the funny story was when I had a friend of mine come over to the apartment. She wanted to check out the apartment. It was someone I had not even a crush on. We kind of had like a thing going for a little while, even though she was seeing somebody. And he comes home. He comes in. He's like, hello? And then when she left, he's like, who was that? Like the shock on his face. I even had a guest over, let alone a female
I
guest.
come home from work, and there's these two girls.
Oh, that's right. She had a friend with her.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Both of them had
Yeah.
huge boobs. And there's Larry
I hated her.
playing
the friend.
Wait. With the motion.
They wanted to see one of the games.
And
So I was showing them.
And I'm
You're
like,
such a child.
why are these girls not drunk with their tops off?
Why are they, yeah, exactly. Why are they not naked making out with each other right now? Yeah, good times.
Oh, wow.
What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought there. It was about the apartment. Damn it, I can't remember.
This is when the very end, when they were showing the apartments, and you would sit there in your boxers and the wrestling mask on.
There was a Mexican
I had a
there?
Lucha Libre mask on in my boxes, nothing
Great.
else.
Because he never told us they were coming down.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
Just open the doors and be like, you just be sitting there watching TV.
Good stuff.
I
Good
got a
stuff.
Story when before you moved in.
I was thinking, I didn't know if we were going to tell that story, but that's a great story.
My friend.
Timestamp that one, okay?
He, me and my wife at the time, she was my girlfriend. We went out to drinks with a mutual friend. 3 of us are getting drunk. We all make our way back to the apartment. So
Okay.
And we're all drunk. So we get back to the apartment, and now she's a little touchy-feely with both me and Kristen.
Sheboygan.
So she's sitting there. And
So far, so good.
very good. I'm thinking, I'm drunk, so I'm like, whatever. So I'm
You're not
sitting-
outing your wife now, are you?
No, not at all. So, she starts making the subtle hints and things toward us. And I look at my wife, and with a big smile on my face, and the look of disgust that my wife gives me. And I'm just like,
Not
"No."
happening.
I said, this isn't happening.
I think it's time for you to leave, young
hold
lady.
on, this
We're
the
like-
best part.
so we go out into the living room now, because this was all happening on my bed. So we go out into the living room, and finally,
At this point, you had my old room?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah, I was
So we're sitting there,
I don't know, that was
and
Kristen.
How'd that
she's
thing
still
smell?
getting a little touchy-feely or whatever. So Kristen's like, "All right, I'm tired. Let's go to bed." So I said, "Okay," and I'll call you a cab. And then she stands up. You gotta edit that. You gotta delete that name too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
And she's.
See, now you know why I had to do that with
With Frankie.
Yeah.
She stands up and she says, "If I'm not getting fucked or eaten out, I'm going home."
China!
Hold on.
With that, my roommate was sleeping. The door swings open. He comes out in his boxer shorts. He's like, "Whoa, you're a firecracker."
Those were his words?
Exact words.
I can picture him saying that.
So now the girl storms out. So
Wait a second, she wasn't having that?
I don't even know if she can say it. She storms out. So I go, "All right, I'm gonna go out. The car server's gonna be there any minute. Let me go out. Wait." I go out.
Big
and
gentlemanly.
And Kristen's like, "If you're not back in 5 minutes, I'm gonna kill you." And I said, 5 minutes? I said, "You're giving me way too much credit." I said, "I'll be able to go to Rite Aid and get you milk if you want."
Oh, I do not miss that apartment at all.
So I go outside. Within 5 minutes, the car service comes, and I come in, and my wife didn't talk to me for. I want to say a
But
couple.
why? You didn't do anything wrong.
The notion that when I gave her that look,
You have to. No, but you understand, in that situation, you have to give her that look.
but she wasn't having it.
Oh, whatever.
She wasn't
never know.
having it.
You never know.
You absolutely
listen,
never
You
know.
gotta try. You're not going to hit a home run unless you take a
Absolutely.
swing. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, you have to take
on that one,
And that
folks.
was the last time we actually went out to dinner once we had kids and everything. We went out to dinner, but that was
Yeah.
that was it.
It's a little weird.
We
a
haven't
little
seen
weird.
them. We haven't seen them in a while.
All right. So they're not going to be there Wednesday, apparently.
No, they're not
Okay.
going to be there Wednesday.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Well, on that note, people, we'll end this one on a high note. Thanks for joining us here live from Miller's Ale House in Levittown.
Ale House.
Anthony, thank you for being our
Yes,
first
thank you very
guest
much.
of year
you.
2.
Absolutely.
And we hope to have you back on the show again in about 12 years. And I went right to 52 years old, so
Yeah,
I'll be retired by then, I think. So.
I'm the only one that's hot.
You are pretty hot.
I'm talking
no homo.
it is warm.
Yeah, no, it is
Yes.
warm. My back of my knee is sweating.
Oof.
On that note, people, have a great night.